Over the past 365 days, I ran over 1,040 miles, and to show you just how far that is, if 5 miles was equal to just 1 inch, I still would have run over 23 and a half sheets of paper long, or the equivalent of $137 in gas. But to understand just how I got here, we must rewind back to January of 2020. It was January 24th, and I was feeling ready to get after an 800 meter and 1600 meter time trial, despite having some shin pain. I crossed the line in 2:25 and 5:01, times I wasn't too pleased with at the time. Unfortunately, not reaching my goals was the least of my worries. My shin pain worsened, and on February 14th, I uploaded this, where I detailed a day in my life as I wasn't able to run. Due to my poor knowledge of shin splints at the time, it was almost 2 months before I saw a doctor and was cleared to start running again. And this is where things got really messed up. I got back into running way too quick with a difficult 22-mile week, including a tempo, which brought my shin pain straight back. My mileage shrank down to 5 as I utilized my stationary bike. From here, it was a slow progression back to mileage and racing. My times were quite slow in comparison to my previous fitness due to my long break and the fact that I was running in normal running shoes to lessen the impact on my shins. I was improving but failed to reach my track goals due to numerous setbacks. Even though I didn't reach my self-prescribed goals, I still qualified in the 1600 meter for the NSAF Outdoor Nationals meet. I did a morning workout before my family flew out to Oregon, where I ran 4:48 2 days later. I placed 13th overall and second in my heat. I was extremely disappointed in myself, but I knew it was time to set my sights on summer training. I took 5 days off, which was essentially the rest of my time in Oregon. I had a blast hiking and doing other fun activities. When I got back to Minnesota, it was time to jump straight back into training. Obviously more gradual this time, reintroducing workouts slowly. My goal was to go sub 16 in the 5K this cross-country season. Then came August. This was definitely a real highlight of my year as I completed a solid long run before heading to a week-long running camp with my team in southern Minnesota. The training was hard and we played a lot of sports, but I had such a fun time and it was a real highlight of my year. September contained the first meet of my cross-country season. I got put in the 7th to 9th grade race because my coach wanted me to compete for the win. Unfortunately and fortunately, there was no competition and I ended up crossing the line alone. Throughout the coming months, I dropped my 5K time from 16:29 to 16:02, a 47-second PR from my 8th grade year. My 16:02 PR was set at my section meet, and I was not able to PR at my state meet or at Nike Cross Regionals. I believe I was fit enough at the time to break the barrier both times, but due to poor racing strategy, I did not achieve these goals. For example, in my state meet, I passed 37 people just in the second mile because I got out too slow. I took 2 weeks off after NXR, only running for 15 minutes every 3 days. It was starting to get pretty cold in Minnesota. Luckily, I was off to Florida for a family vacation with some relatives. While I was there, I completed my first full week of winter training. And that brings me to today. 3 weeks later, on December 23rd, I'm sat here telling you guys the past year of my running life. Plenty of good workouts and great races, but also plenty of eye-opening races and bad workouts too. This year, I've run over 1,040 miles, and I can assure you, over the next year, more videos will be uploaded, more miles will be ran, and more records will be broken.